Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. In this video, what I'm going to touch on is two factors or two things that you need to be aware of when actually trying to win new business for a recruitment agency. So what I'm going to touch on is both of the points. I'm going to go into details into both of them. And these are two things you can actually do that will make sure you improve your business development, and it will pretty much guarantee you winning clients. Do these two things and your desk, your client base will grow, guaranteed. So the first thing is this is a topic I can talk about for ages. It's picking your niche. So your niche needs to be that people get confused with the niche. So they say IT is a hot niche, it's a growing sector, I'm going to go recruit into that. And they don't look too much into it. So they don't look at the fact that a lot of these IT or tech companies hire really experienced internal recruiters to recruit. Or there's a lot of competition, it's very saturated because the fees are very high. So there's a lot of factors that come into play. So you want to be aware of these. And another important point to mention is people get confused with positions that has a high demand, and there's positions that have a high demand for recruitment agencies. So I'll give you an example. So a company is recruiting, but let's say it's the hospitality sector. The hospitality sector is looking to open up it's going to boom in the summertime. Yeah. So you as a recruiter sit there and think, I'm going to recruit in that sector. But what's happened is, because of recent events, a lot of companies are finding it really easy to find people. So they're not going to pay a recruitment agency. So you have to find a sector that is not competitive. And also you need to find a sector where there's a demand for recruitment agencies, and you don't want it too difficult as well. The other point to mention is, as a new agency, you do not have a database. Of course, you can buy a database, you can spend money on, a CV search database, but it doesn't really yield fantastic results. Yeah. As good as building your own database that you can chop and change and you can make it to whatever you want. You can add whoever's profile to what. Yeah. The other thing to mention is you do not want positions that are really, really easy to fill. Yeah. You don't want to niche that. I'll give you an example of that. Customer service would be one. Now, customer service, you post an advert or receptionist, you're going to get 100, 200 applicants, and that's off a free advert. So most companies, unless there's a specific skill set they want, i.e. customer service, they want them to have, I don't know, a law degree or some sort of experience around a topic or come from a certain sector or be at a senior level. Other than that, a general customer service voice sort of support will not need any sort of assistance from recruitment agencies. There might be a small percentage of companies that just want you because they can't be bothered, or they're too lazy, or they've got too many applicants. So they use an outsourcer to do that and just sift through the CVs. They can use recruitment agencies, but chances are they'll use one of their big companies that they're already using for their other positions as well. Yeah. So it's unlikely you're going to win business in that. So you don't want it too easy, because you've got a very small market to go with. The other thing is, you do not want jobs that are too difficult, because sure, you can pick up clients, but if you can't find anyone, or you can't even come close to that at this stage, I believe you can find any position if you spend enough time. You don't give up. You can find anyone for any position, I believe. Yeah. The only trouble is, you do not want positions where it's going to take you 3 to 6 months to fill the position or work on it, and then the company fills it internally. You don't want that at the start. What you want is the sort of middle ground where you can pick up positions that are quite easy to move. They typically range between the 35 to 60,000 pounds salary, and they're the type of positions you want, and you really, really want to engage with companies in. So your sector, it's good to have a mix, yeah, but you don't want positions that you can post an advert and you get 200 applicants, yeah, and you don't want a position where there's only 4 people in the country that can do that particular skill set. Because if you've got jobs like that, you're never ever going to make a monthly income. You might make a big hit, a 6, 7, 10 grand fee every 6 months. So it's a very, I mean, do that part-time, and that is genuinely a lot about advertising and networking. So you need to get yourself up to a stage where you're doing networking events, you're meeting people, you're spending time engaging, because those candidates are really sought after and you can make big fees out of them. But I wouldn't suggest doing something like that. So as a whole, there's a hell of a lot of importance on picking your niche. And I'm going to get to point 2 now. So point 2 is an actual process. So a lot of people that book calls with me actually want to hear my full process. So on my consultation calls, we go through everything, all the software, all the process, and I show them the desired results. So you need some sort of process. Now, I'm not talking about some magical formula or, you know, make 20,000 cold calls. It is just a numbers game. So potentially the process I recommend, which is a simple form that I can teach to anyone and I can show, is you can go on Indeed, any job board, you can go on LinkedIn, you can find companies that are recruiting. Now, this is the start, and you want to contact their HR department and you want to ask them if they're willing to use recruitment agencies to find people for that particular role you've emailed them about. That is the process. If you send 100 of those emails a day, no matter what skill set you are, no matter what experience level you are, I guarantee within 3 months you're going to have an established desk if you're working for someone, or you're going to have a fully fledged recruitment agency with clients that are giving you jobs to work on that they can't find people for. That is a simple process. Now, this process is based on years of data experience, people that I've seen try this method. Everyone that does it for 3 months, 100 emails, will guarantee win clients and grow a business. Yeah. Of course, that's only half the job. You have to find the candidates, you have to find the suitable people for the jobs, but you do not want somewhere where you are just recruiting for really difficult positions, or you're just looking at, oh, I've got 1 or 2 jobs on. You really need to have that process and that plan. So if I said to you, look, you have to send 10,000 emails in 3 months, yeah, could you do it? Would you be willing to do it? Because that's what it takes. And that's a very soft approach. Like if I was to do it, I would know that I would send a lot more than that, plus throw in cold calls, plus a lot of LinkedIn marketing, plus a lot of, you know, paid advertisements. I would try and go above that. A lot of people would say, you know, that it's worked for them. It's all they need. Now, this method is not going to be around for too long. So if you're looking at, oh, I'm going to start this in a few months, or I'm going to start this next year, or I'm going to do my research, believe me, the cat's out of the bag. So many people are onto this method. So many people are going to start, you know, watching my videos. There's 2, 3, 4,000 people watching my videos every day. Most of them are recruiters. It's only a matter of time before this method becomes very saturated. The same way LinkedIn became very saturated. So I hope this video has provided some value, and I wish you all a good day. And just to summarize, the 2 points are: pick your niche correctly, do research on the market. If you need assistance, get in touch with me, and send 100 emails a day. You can't go wrong. Until next time, take care.